All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and the Hall of Famer Ryan Lemler. We're live here for the boys' version JV game here tonight of the Bi-County tournament here as we're live from the Trojan Trench. Of course, the JV boys coming in here in the season 7-3 on the season before they started this tournament play. And one of their 3 losses was by 2 points to John Glenn. Here back on January 4th, that would have been a Friday, I believe. So Taylor Long's group has done well. I mean, they've got wins against Oregon, Davis, Northwood, South Bend Career Academy. They won down at Pioneer. They won at Bethany Christian, lost to Winnemac, lost to Plymouth, but won at South Bend Trinity. And then John Glenn lost, and then they won handily against Culver a week ago in that one. So tonight, the winner of this game will face LaVille and Culver, will face Bremen or Argus. And that matchup, and of course that'll be on Wednesday night at LaVille, is where the winner of tonight's game will play. No consolation games for the JV games. Earlier tonight, as we saw, if you watched the last stream game we had, the Lady Trojans JV basketball team lost by a score of 43-9. Abby Veers leading the way with those 9 points, but there was a lot of good that came out of that game. You saw Lauren Headington was kind of that defensive motor there towards the end. So there's a lot of things that the team did well. It's just tough when you have 5 players, and the girls did a good job. They had a good attitude. They didn't quit. They kept fighting. It's tough, especially when you're going against a team that's got some depth on the bench. Of course, our boys here tonight, they're going to have plenty of help here tonight. No Keegan Westafer. They're going to save him for the varsity matchup. So you'll have Tyson Yates out there with Cole McKinney, John Gardner, Dominic Smith, Connor Large, Trenton Kreft, Bruce Johnson, Hunter McIntyre, Jeremiah Farrell, Breighton Treesh, and Brandon Kitch out there for our boys JV team. So, of course, they'll have the Glen Falcons. Of course, tonight they'll be wearing their black jerseys, red letters outlined in white, and numbers are the same way. Of course, our boys will be in their home white uniforms, gold lettering outlined in blue, as they'll get ready to take on here and get another crack at these Falcons that bested them by 2 points on Friday night.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, a week and a half ago.
A week and a half ago. Well, my weeks are all out of whack. I wouldn't know why.
You probably haven't had probably kind of glad to be home for a little bit.
It's nice. I want to be down there, but we got to kind of switch. Unfortunately, the bills don't pay themselves. I haven't figured that one out yet. Once I figure out how to do that, we'll be set. But nope, Danny's been doing pretty good down there. I know I had a lot of people asking about her. I've got some messages from some players and some people from the Triton area asking how she's doing. She's hanging in there. She's been tough. I know she's down there listening. She wanted to make sure tonight that I said earlier that Kate and I got a pretzel. We went to Aunt Annie's on one day while we were down there because there was a mall, and she ate it and she took 2 bites and goes, "I don't like this." And I go, "What's wrong?" She goes, "The ones at Triton are so much better." And then she had a 4-year-old. I mean, granted, there's no shame at all with her. She said it while we were inside Aunt Annie's. She said it out loud while we were in the store. It's like, "Oh, Danny, oh no, oh no." But no, she's pretty content with her Netflix. I think we saw about every episode of Barbie and everything else. Trust me, I'm all Disneyed out. So I've seen enough Disney movies to last me. So a little bit of a break. So it's me and Caden are holding down the fort here this week while Michelle's down there, and she'll be happy to know that I did laundry and I handled it just fine. We didn't have any no fires. No water leaked anywhere, so we're doing pretty good.
No suds running down the sidewalk?
Nope, and I actually used detergent. I didn't use dish soap. I jokingly said that. That wasn't well received. But I know she's down there listening. So we'll get things underway here. The boys will come out. We'll see what Taylor Long's group has as he'll go against John Glenn and get another crack at those guys. Not very often you get a second shot at them during a season. And tonight they're going to have that.
Especially being that close.
Exactly, especially because this is just fresh in their mind. And this one here, they can best these guys and get a chance to play Wednesday night. Take on the winner of Bremen and Argus. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be at John Glenn for that one, as the boys varsity and the girls varsity matchup will be down there for that one.
To the Trojan Trench. As we kick off the boys by county with our junior varsity match, this time we'll introduce the starting lineups. First for our guests, the John Glenn Falcons. Number 31, Sam Bishop. Number 32, Jake Taylor. Silas Pacer. Number 40, Jake Frankowitz. And number 42, Weston Salyer. Falcons junior varsity coach is John Dupont. Now the starters for your Triton Trojans.
Change?
Yes, we have a change.
Tyson Yates.
Weston Fowler.
Weston Fowler.
5, Cole McKinney. Number 10, John Gardner.
What's his number?
Number 20,
42.
Kreft.
42.
And number 24, Hunter McIntyre. Titans JV coaches, Taylor Long.
So here we go. Starting lines for both teams, we're going to have Sam Bishop out there with Jake Taylor, Silas Kaser, Jake Frankowitz, and Weston Fowler out there for the Falcons. Of course, Tyson Yates out there with Hunter McIntyre, John Gardner, Cole McKinney, and Trenton Kreft rounding out the 5 for our Trojans. Hunter McIntyre is going to get ready to go to work against Frankowitz. Frankowitz 6'5", going against one of their taller players on the JV squad. Tips it away, and it's going to go out. And it's going to go out in the hand of the Falcons. Trent Kreft in there to help with that one. So they'll get the ball to start off the game here, and Triton's going to get their first offensive possession as Tyson Yates will get ready to bring up past the half-court line. On over to John Gardner on the right wing. Back on top, Trenton Kreft. Kreft's going to work left. Back over to Yates. Down over again to Gardner. Gardner with the basketball. Back to McIntyre. Hunter McIntyre over to Cole McKinney. McKinney's going to stutter step, go down. Baseline jumper's up. It's in. Cole McKinney strikes first blood. Triton leads by 2. Kaser with the basketball, works back on over. Bishop with the basketball, drops it down in. Taylor, 32. Weston with the basketball goes down, or Fowler with the basketball goes down. It's going to go out on the hands of Fowler from the pass from Frankowitz. Yates with the basketball now getting another crack at this opening possession. They're coming out firing on all cylinders here. Kreft hangs on to it. He'll dribble. Back on out to Yates, back to Gardner, on over to McKinney, drops it down low to McIntyre. The man with the motor don't quit, works it back on over to back to McKinney, down to Yates. Yates with a good look, it's up, it's in. Tyson Yates, he's on the board. 4-0's our score. Our boys are leading the way.
Get this good, quick start we need, not like the last time we played them.
And they're coming out with some confidence. They know they can score against these guys. They know they got going kind of late, kind of slow, but it's hard coming off of the Christmas break and playing. You've been resting. It's not, you're not going like you're during school all. So your rhythm's a little off, but tonight the rhythm's on. The guys are looking good here so far. Over to Trenton Kreft on the right wing. He's going to work back to the middle. Finds John Gardner, top the key. John's going to dribble drive. Kicks it back to Cole McKinney. McKinney with the basketball, tries to lose the defender. Wanted to go to Hunter McIntyre, finds Yates. Yates now's going to drive. Back to Gardner. Don't leave him alone for long in three-point line. He'll make you pay for it. McKinney with the basketball. Kreft is going to circle around the top. Tries to go down to McIntyre. Tight defense being played by Fowler. Back to Gardner. Drops down to Yates. Yates with the basketball. Working the corner. He'll work himself. Good crossover there to lose the defender. Pulls back up. Finds Gardner up top. Leaves it for Cole McKinney. McKinney down low into Yates. Yates wanted to go to McIntyre. Not there. Almost walked with it. Back on over to Kreft. Kreft down the basketball. He's going to drive. He knows up the lane. Tries to go down to McIntyre, but knocked away by Fowler. Fowler gives it to Bishop. He's going to go cross court. On over to Kaser. Kaser on over to Bishop. Kaser on over to Taylor. Down the corner to Frankowitz. Frankowitz now is going to work himself. They're going to work around the perimeter. Bishop. Working around here, try to find that good opportunity. Triton plays really good defense. Be ready to go here. Drops it down. Bishop with the basketball. Kicks it back over. They're going to work it around here. Can't find a way to get it into the paint. Now, the varsity did a real good job forcing those bigs out of the paint in that varsity matchup, and the guys right now aren't giving anything down the paint.
Yeah, it was just a defensive grind on both sides. They just kept working and just wait until they get that one shot look.
Frankwitz step back three is not there, but these guys, they're going to make these JV boys. I mean, Triton's all their basketball teams really going to make you work for points. Yates jumps in the air to throw that one, but it'll be a double dribble. Kreft kind of bobbled just enough, I think, to warrant the double dribble call. But this is a pretty solid JV group. I mean, there's some youth on this, but youth on this team, but they're pretty good. They're quick hands on defense, and they get back on offense. They get back on defense in a hurry. They do a pretty good job. Case with the basketball. He's going to step on over to Bishop. Bishop's going to try 3 of his own. Air ball, missed that one. Rebound, Taylor. Taylor with the basketball. Back on over to Kaser. Bishop quickly down to Frankowitz. He's going to use that 6'5 frame and go up over top. Everybody not there. Taylor tries to get the rebound, but John Gardner comes away with it. Triton's going to make them work here tonight. They're got their foot on the gas pedal, and they're looking for that gear, just trying to see what they can do to stretch some points put some points on that board.
Triton, if they can just get some of their good crisp passes, and the guy can catch it, he's got a good look. But if sometimes they're fumbling around, they're just not getting their good looks.
McIntyre with a good look there, try to force that one up. Yeah, if they get those passes a little bit crisp, but Trenton Kreft comes in with a good foul. Then John Glenn wanted a foul called, not there. Frankwitz back on over to Kaser. Floater for him. He's going to fall away from it. We're going to get a foul on the floor. I didn't catch who the foul was on.
No,
I think it was on Cole.
Did they actually say it?
So Connor Large is going to check in. That's going to be on McKinney. Be our first foul of the game for both teams. Like I said, there's some talent in this JV squad. I mean, we also saw some of those guys play like Hunter McIntyre, like I said, playing running back. He's got a motor that don't quit. He's a tough dude. You got some guys down there who play really good, and there's a lot of good basketball players down there for our Trojans. So Connor Large checking in. He's out there with Gardner, McIntyre, Yates, and McKinney. Inbound by Kaser is done to Bishop. Their lineup's unchanged. Starting 5's off there with Fowler with the basketball. Drops it back over to Taylor, who gives it to Kaser. Works it back to Bishop, top the key. Bishop now is going to work. Dribble drive, is going to go up strong. Ran over 2 Trojan players. Frankowitz is alone for 3. Rebound is going to go to Taylor, but Tyson Yates makes him work for it. Surprised there's no charge call there. Drops it down to Taylor. Quick hitter to Frankowitz. They're on the board.
Jake Frankowitz.
Yates quickly at past half-court line. I almost lost him there for a minute. Stolen away by Kaser. And Yates takes it right back. Yates goes up strong. And we're going to get a foul. That's going to be on Fowler. That'll be their first foul of the game. And that's going to send Tyson Yates to the line for 2. Yates' first shot rattles out. Just be patient. Settle down. Triton leading here by 2 with 2:14 remaining here in the opening period. Of course, this is the boys' opening matchup for the Bi-County tournament. 0 for 2 from the line there, empty trip. Kaser now at the basketball on the left wing. Back on top to Bishop. Bishop on over to Frankowitz. 6'5". Sophomore. Man, I wish I was that tall when I was a sophomore. I wish I was that tall now. Kaser works it back on over to Fowler on top to Bishop. Bishop trying to find a way to get down to Taylor. They're trying to find a way in that paint, but they're not getting very many looks.
And it's pretty good. Yates is matched up to him.
Yates goes up, or Bishop goes up strong. Yates with the defense can't stop him there as Bishop fights to the contact. We're all knotted up at 4. Gardner quickly up, back to the half-court line. Gives to Connor Large. Large drops it on down into McIntyre. Back on top to Gardner to Cole McKinney. McKinney now trying to lose somebody. Gets the screen from McIntyre. Tries to work himself around. Gives it to Large. Quick hitter on over to Yates. Yates quick hitter down to Large. Connor Large. And then Taylor's going to go up over in the back and foul him. That'll send Connor Large to the free throw line for 2. So tomorrow night our varsity teams will be at John Glenn. We'll see if we can get that live. We'll do what we can. We got the Wi-Fi connection, but it's just a matter if
they know how to unblock us.
If they can unblock us.
Number 32, Taylor.
So Bruce Johnson's going to check in.
Bruce Johnson.
Also checking in. I don't think anybody checked in for John Glenn. So Large gets 1 of 2 to drop. They lead by 1. Bishop's out there with Frankowitz, Kaser, Fowler, and Taylor. So starting 5 still out there for them. Johnson, McIntyre, Large, Gardner, and Yates as Frankwitz's corner 3 is up too strong, and it's going to go off the hands of Bruce Johnson. So both teams have kind of a pretty deep bench they can kind of rotate in. Bishop drops over to Taylor. Kaser with the basketball. Hands off to Taylor. He's going to try to work himself around. These for Frankowitz. On over to Bishop. Bishop down to Taylor. He's going to try to use that size to go up, and he will, and draw the and one opportunity.
So Connor picks up his first foul, team's second.
Try foul 14 large.
So that'll give Taylor a chance to stretch the lead up to 2. In and out, no good. Rebound, Hunter McIntyre going to get a jump ball call, but John Glenn will hang on to it.
Oh, for them? It's distracting them? Because they say it, that means it's...
Uh-oh. Travel for Fowler. He'll take off before he puts the ball on the floor. Might have to cover that up. Just twist it.
Yep.
We'll get our all-star cameraman down there. Get him to switch it around. Yates drops down to Gardner. Gardner quickly gets switched out on. Johnson with the 3 of his own. Back iron, too strong. Rebound Hunter McIntyre, and they'll get another jump ball call. And this time it'll belong to Triton.
Stopping substitution number 30, Blake Ballstaff.
So Yates will inbound. Drops it back to Johnson. Checking in will be Joe Dolinsky. Yates with the basketball. Picks his dribble up, finds Large. Quick hitter down into McIntyre. It's going to go off the hands of Fowler. So we'll get another reset here. 21.9, Triton trails by 1. Yates wants to go up top and does, but tipped away by Dolinsky, and it'll go out. Trying to hang on to it. I wonder if the officials are getting tired. They did the girls' game, so now they're doing the boys' game.
Yeah, tonight could be a little sparse on getting refs for everywhere everybody's got to be.
I read a pretty good article over my time down in Cincinnati about Indiana officials having a hard time getting them. How they're kind of getting talked to during games and after games. They're going to get a moving screen on Connor Large.
He picks up his second foul.
I mean, that was a pretty good article. They talked about how they kind of get talked to when they're on the court and after games, getting followed to the parking lots and stuff like that. I like that the IHSAA has been putting things out about how to act or conduct during a game. Kaser goes up, not there. Johnson gets a rebound. That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. 6-5 is our score. The Falcons leading the way.
Now we got Yates with 2, McKinney with 2, Connor Large with 1. For Glenn, Bishop with 2, Taylor with 2, and Franklinwitz with 2.
So we'll see what the boys can do here coming out of this one. So far, I mean, not a bad first quarter.
Nope.
They kind of went on. John Glenn kind of went on a little run there.
We're right with them, so that helps for not getting so far behind like we was the other night.
However, the other game we're keeping tabs on isn't. Well, give them time.
Just got started.
Just got started in the second half, so we'll see what happens there.
That could have been a little treacherous. It sounded like a little bit of snow down that way.
Just a little bit. We came back from Cincinnati. I'm telling you what, there's got to be at least a foot of snow. There was at least a foot of snow there when I left Sunday morning. It was rough. We tried Saturday night. We got going. There about 10 different slide-offs we counted on just in like a 3 to 5 mile stretch. We turned around and came back. People are still trying to go 65 on 75 there, and that's it. It's like, what are you doing? One guy, we watched him spin around in circles and went down in the median, and then one of the police officers was pulling somebody over. He spun out and he went too. It was not good. You couldn't even tell that the blacktop was black. It was, and then it was freezing rain on top of it, and they got a little bit of snow down south. Of course, it sounds like we're going to get another round of that next week for the weekend. Hope it's not as bad as they're saying. Kaser hand off to Dolinsky. On over to Frankowitz. Down over to Bishop. Bishop's now going to try to work back on over to Frankowitz. Frankwitz going to drive. Bruce Johnson knocks it away. Bruce Johnson's going to be on 1-on-2 fast break. He's going to go up strong, spin move, holds the ball. Knocked away by Bishop. Ron Johnson's going to fight. We're going to get a foul on, I don't know if it's who's it going to be on.
Fowler?
It is.
Yes. Looked like he kind of just pushed Johnson out of the road.
Just enough for the official to warrant that one. Trenton Kreft's going to check back in for Connor Large, and that's going to send Taylor back in. Fowler's going to take his seat. So Bishop's out there with Frankowitz, Taylor, Kaser, and Dolinsky for the Falcons. Yates, McIntyre, Johnson, Kreft, and John Gardner out there for our Trojans. Inbound, Bruce Johnson in the corner for three. Sidearm, right look, didn't want to drop. Bruce Johnson, I like the intensity trying to get for that one. Frankowitz now is going to get it on over to Bishop, and Yates is going to greet him with that one. Bishop past the half-court line. He's going to look right for Kaser, I imagine. Nope, hangs on to it, holds it. Bishop picks up his dribble, he drops it, and that's going to be a double dribble. He tried to drop it there to kind of see if he can get his dribble back, not there. So here we go, Triton will get another shot here on their offensive possession here in the second quarter. Yates with the basketball, and he's going to get a reach from Kaser.
Kaser's first foul. Team's fourth.
So they've kind of picked up a couple quick fouls here in the second quarter. That could be good news for Triton if they get to those 7 fouls and they get to the free throw line. 1 for 3 on the night for our Trojans. Excuse me, 1 for 4 rather. Yates with the basketball, drops it down into Kreft. Kreft with the basketball, down over to Yates. Yates with the basketball is going to try to go baseline, work underneath the basketball. On top to Bruce Johnson. Spot up three is up. It's in! Bruce Johnson puts it in from three-point land. Triton back up by 2. Kaser with the basketball, getting guarded by McIntyre, and he's going to get the blocking foul.
That'll be his first foul now.
Hey, Hunter's a strong kid now. He plays that post really well, and he plays defense with the best of them now.
It was pretty close. He almost got hooked.
Just about. Almost got hooked there, and he almost forced him over the line with that pressure. Triton dropped into a different look on defense. Taylor goes up, strong, not there. Rebound, Frankwitz uses that 6'5" frame and puts it back up in.
Rebound and basket for Jake Frankwitz.
He used that 6'5" frame and used it well there. Gardner with the basketball, back on over to Kreft, over to Johnson, to Yates. Yates to Johnson. Johnson hands off to Gardner. Gardner picks his dribble up. Bishop made him pick it up quicker than he anticipated. McIntyre at the basketball. Fake is over there and on over to Johnson. Then in the corner to Kreft. Yates circling around the perimeter, he's going to get the ball back. Back to Gardner. Gardner now is going to work himself out. Between the legs dribble, not there. Kreft with the basketball, back to Gardner. John thought about the three, didn't have enough time to throw it in. Good pass to Johnson. Gardner, quick hitter down to McIntyre. Frankwitz knocks away. McIntyre back on top to Gardner. Cross court, tipped, and Bishop takes it away. Bishop wasn't looking ahead. Kaser had a free lane to the basket, and he didn't toss it there. Then again, it's easier when you can tell this place when you're sitting up here, but when you're actually on the court.
Yeah, there could be 3 guys you look through to see, and you can't see them.
Yep, and you're looking down, you're just trying to make sure you don't lose the basketball. Dolinsky goes up strong, but McIntyre comes in with Yates. And McIntyre will draw the foul.
Gets his second. So he picked up 2 quick ones.
That's better than what it was. So Dolinsky now to the line for 2 as they're knotted up at 8. See if he can.
This be his first attempt tonight.
See if he can put him back up on top. Back iron, no good. Cole McKinney will check in for Hunter McIntyre. So we're going to go with a little bit smaller lineup. But Tyson Yates has done a pretty good job patrolling the post here so far tonight. Kreft's out there. He can play a little bit of forward. Of course, you got Gardner out there, very good sophomore, with Cole McKinney and Bruce Johnson. And 1-2 trip there for Dolinsky. They lead now by 1. Yates with the basketball. Back to Kreft. On to Gardner. Drops down into McKinney. He's going to work himself out of trouble. Picks his dribble up and has to get rid of it. Finds Gardner. Finds Yates over on the right wing. Down low to Johnson. Bruce is going to try to go up strong with that one. Tight iron, not right. Not quite there. Right idea. Just a little bit less on it next time. Case for the basketball. Quick dribble over on the crossover. Tries to go up strong. And Triton is going to get a foul. It's going to be on Bruce Johnson.
Took that be his first foul. team 6. So now we're getting to that danger zone of starting having them shooting free throws.
They've done so well so far tonight. 1 for 3 in their trips. Dolinsky, of course, dropping the lone free throw of the night for them. Kaser now, we're looking for Dolinsky. He's going to get it on the drive. We're going to try to work from there. He's going to try to go up strong. That's Bishop, back iron. Slapped away by Frankowitz. Knocks it away. So Kreft will now inbound for our Trojans. 3:38 remaining. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion for the Triton Trojans Sports Network as we're live at the Trojan Trench. Also can't forget about Travis down there running the camera. And Frankowitz will knock it away. Frankowitz now the 2-on-2 fast break. He's going to go up strong to McKinney. McKinney's going to sit there. And Frankowitz is going to go around him, and he'll get another point for him. 11-8's our score. Back to Kreft. Big thing now is just to settle down. They're up. We know we can score against them. Just got to find that combination. Gardner, quick hitter to Johnson. Johnson almost went, but he's going to go up.
They come off.
I don't know if he went off that other foot.
I missed how my little lighting situation got fixed down there.
I didn't see either, so whether the ref might have turned rats down there and spun it. Maybe it's not working.
No, it's working.
I don't know. Maybe Travis down there who's been running that camera. He's kind of heard our thoughts. Johnson's going to have a chance for a fast break. Fasten your seatbelts. He goes up, holds on to it. Gardner with the floater. Not there. He got contested by Frankowitz. Kaser now on the fast break. And we're going to get Bishop comes up slow. They're going to call
official timeout.
Official timeout on that one. So that's going to send Fowler in for him. Bishop's going to take his seat. Hope he's okay. Never like seeing injuries.
Yeah, they had to wait till Glenn had possession and then they could stop the game.
So Dolinsky's out there with Kaser. Fowler, who just checked in, out there with Frankowitz and Taylor. Yates, Johnson, and McKinney, Gardner, and Kreft out there for our Trojans. 2:30 remaining here. They trail by 3. Taylor gives it, drops it on over to Dolinsky. On over to Kaser. Kaser thought about the 3, but Yates closed on in quickly. Kaser now on over to Taylor. Taylor's going to work. Big 2 for him, not there. Rebound, Trenton Kreft. Kreft works his way in there. The junior with a good rebound there. Yates now on up to Gardner. Quick hitter on over to McKinney. McKinney with the basketball. They'll try to dribble around. Tries to go to Yates, but Kaser stepped in front and knocked it away. Took his eyes off for a second. Kaser goes up strong from the fast break, puts it in. Kaser's on the board. 13-8's our score. Minute 54 remaining. The opening half. Gardner drops to McKinney. Down into Yates. Yates works, finds Johnson up top. Thought about the 3. He'll work. Yates goes over for the floater. Puts it in. Bruce Johnson.
He's been getting more aggressive going to the basket.
I've noticed that here as the season's gone on. He's starting to find that coordination and that confidence to go into drive the lane. And we're going to get a foul.
Yep.
And Tyson Yates will get the charge.
Foul number 35, Kaser.
That'd be his second.
Good job by Tyson Yates to find position enough to warrant the charge. Minute 30, Triton trails by 3. Yates with the basketball past the half-court line. Yates down the right wing, back on top to Kreft. Finds McKinney, on to Johnson, on to Gardner. Yates with the basketball, on over to Johnson, finds McKinney. McKinney, he can hit him from outside too, don't leave him alone. Frankowitz, 6'5" on him, you might not want to put it over him unless you can really elevate. McKinney's going to go strong, but Frankowitz slaps it away. Kreft tries to get the rebound, tries to go up, but loses it. Frankowitz takes it. Kaser now with the basketball. Minute remaining here. They lead by 3. Kaser thought about the handoff, dribbles it, and Yates staying with him. See what happens here. A tale of 2 quarters. 7 points scored so far by the Falcons in this quarter alone. Triton scoring 5. Mid-range jumper for Dolinsky, rattles out, but Frankowitz comes in, uses that thick 6'5" frame, not there. Dolinsky tries to get the rebound, but Johnson's fighting for it. It's a fight for the basketball. And we're going to get a jump ball called. The ball belongs to Triton. Guys got lucky there. Frankowitz had position on that rebound. Just didn't get the friendly roll. 35 seconds now, 3-point lead for the Falcons. Yates with the basketball, on to McKinney. Back to Gardner. He wants to go to Kreft, but Yates tries to save it. Can't, and then throws it right to a Falcon. Kaser with the basketball. Inside 20 seconds remaining. They're going to hold for the final shot here. Fowler wanted to come out for the screen. And does. Gives it to Kaser. Kaser now is going to try to see if he can dribble. He's going to try a deep two. And Bent's the bank to open there. They take the lead by 5. And that'll be the end of the first half. John Glenn leading the way after this one. 15-10 after a 9-point outburst in that quarter.
Some of these guys, you got to remember, they did play on Saturday, the freshmen, and under the C team. So maybe good or bad, they had a good scrimmage, but they did end up winning up at Elkhart Christian 39-31. So whether that little tiredness or the kind of showing maybe today, not sure.
It could very well. I mean, it was kind of that long that winter. That's stuff like this weather out definitely makes you tired. So I mean, it could be getting back in the swing of things. Did they just start school this week? Or was
no,
it last
they were back last.
See, I told you my weeks are all off on this deal.
They're back last Tuesday.
So, but they're going to take a quick break for halftime. We will too. We'll be right back with some second half stats right before the third quarter breaks away. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler as we're live here at the Trojan Trench. 15-10's our score. John Glenn leading the way. Kenny will give us some scoring stats for that opening half.
For Bruce Johnson, he had 5. Yates had 2. McKinney had 2. And Connor Large had 1. For Glenn, Frankenwitz had 6. Kaiser had 4. Bishop had 2. Taylor had 2. And Lewinsky had 1. And we did get looks like they got an exciting game with the Culver-LaVille. They're tied at 39 going into overtime.
So that one up there, definitely interesting. The lone game up there tonight because I guess there must have not been a Culver JV squad. So we'll see what happens here. Bishop's going to be out there with Kaiser, Fowler, Taylor, and Frankiewicz, the starting 5. Gardner, Kreft, McKinney, Yates, and McIntyre out there for our Trojans. McIntyre is going to kind of go up there and meet in the half-court. Trap being played by John Gardner. Drops down into Fowler. Fowler's going to go in, but he'll knock McKinney to the ground. Drops back up. Frankiewicz puts it in. Frankiewicz uncontested there. Gives him 8. McKinney's going to try to go there and say it's going to go out. It's going to belong to Triton.
No update on that JV boys Culver-LaVille game yet. That's been 12 minutes ago.
So let's see what happens there in that one.
That's kind of nice when you get a nice tight game going in overtime.
Yes, that it is. I got a feeling we're going to have a comeback on this one. Kreft hands it to Yates. Yates, now the basketball finds Kreft. Up fake for him. He hands it to Yates. Yates is going to spin move, losing there. Smart move there with the mid-range jumper. Rolls in. Tyson Yates on the board again. 17-12 is our score. Kaiser tries to split the defenders on that one, finds Bishop. Bishop down to Frankiewicz. Back on top to Bishop. He must be feeling better after he rolled that ankle. Drops it down in, and Kaiser's going to save it. And Gardner and Frankiewicz are going to fight, but Frankiewicz is going to win. Bishop for 3. Puts it in.
Gets him 5 points.
That's their first made 3-point field goal of the night.
They're going into double overtime.
It's double overtime.
Tied at 44.
Well, they're making up. They'll have a game and a half there.
Yeah, they might have 2 games.
Gardner for 3. Yates with the rebound. Fought for that one. Finds Gardner again. He'll try it again. Looks good. Back iron. Rebound Bishop. 8-point lead for the Falcons. Kaiser leaves it for him. See if Triton can clamp down on defense and turn that into offense on the other side. Fowler now at the basketball is going to try to go against Kreft. He'll go up strong. Banks it in. John Glenn coming out firing on all cylinders here in the second half, scoring 7 points so far. 5-2 run for them, getting going. Or 7-2 run, rather. McKinney down to McIntyre. McIntyre tries to go.
He got away with the double.
Got away with the double dribble there, but McKinney now will go again. Front iron, no good. Rebound Fowler. They'll get the ball back. Kaiser quickly pushing it past the half-court line. Finds Bishop. Quick down into Frankiewicz. Frankiewicz thought about going up, picks it up. Finds Kaiser. He's going to try the dribble drive. Floater. Nose goes down to Frankiewicz. McIntyre's going to come in and draw the foul.
Try foul number 24, McIntyre.
And that gets his 3rd foul.
Now the 6'5 sophomore will go to the line for 2 on this one. First shot's up. It's in. The big man drops that one.
Substitution for the Trojans, number 14, Connor Large.
So Connor Large checks in.
He was already on the lineup coming in, so.
Frankiewicz now for his second attempt is up. And gets a friendly roll in. 2 for 2 for the line from then. They've only missed 2 free throws on the evening.
They missed the other.
So Bruce Johnson will check in for Kreft. For the 4 freshmen on the floor for the JV team. And John Gardner, the lone sophomore out there, patrolling out there with Yates, Johnson, Large, and McKinney. Gardner now drops it to Yates. Yates now is going to try to dribble, leaves it for McKinney. McKinney now is going to quick his dribble up, drops down to Large. Connor Large is going to go up strong. Tight defense on him. Kaiser gets the rebound. Kaiser one on 3 fast break will back out of trouble. Leads for Bishop. Bishop on over to Taylor. Taylor cross court to Kaiser. Back to Bishop. He'll work back to center. He'll drive into the paint, goes up strong. Not there. Frankiewicz with the follow through.
Frankiewicz.
14 points. He's came alive. 14-point lead now for the Falcons. McKinney with the basketball. He's going to try to go, but he's going to stutter his feet just enough to draw that travel.
Just a little bit of these mental mistakes. Just turning the ball over enough just to keep Glenn pushing the pedal to the metal.
Biggest thing now to do is just relax. Just take it nice and slow. Slow them down. Kind of get ourselves back in the game. We need to get down and get a basket, get that confidence back. Bishop with the basketball. Back to Taylor on the corner to Frankenwitz. Frankenwitz now with the up fake. Leaves it for Taylor. On over to Kaser. Kaser's going to drive baseline. Floater's up. It's in. Kaser had just an inch to give, and he used that enough to put him up by 16. Timeout. Taylor Long.
Yep.
See if he can get his troops back in check. See if they can finish out.
Yeah, I remember when they did play this a week and a half ago, that third quarter, I looked back and they shut out Glenn. I think they scored 15 points. Triton scored 15 points in that third quarter. Got back in that game.
Well, it's a tale of two games because thus far,
it's starting the opposite
13
now.
points scored so far for the Falcons in this one here. Just like Frankowitz just kind of took over down there in the post. They just don't have the answer. I mean, McIntyre with those 3 fouls, that's going to hurt him as far as playing down in the post.
Yep, having anybody big to help push and keeping them posted up and not getting the ball.
This doesn't happen very often, so I got to mention it. We got someone to tell us where they're watching from.
Uh-oh.
Nana Osaki is watching from Morocco.
Morocco.
Must be
Wow.
up in the middle of the night.
I guess.
What time is it there? Maybe she'll message us and tell us what time it is there. I'm kind of curious. Well, thank you for tuning in from out there. Yates with the basketball. Goes past Large. Yates hangs on to it. Gets it just to Large after the tip pass from Kaiser. Johnson onward to Gardner. Almost lost in there. Got to wait for the basketball. Just be patient. Be smart. Keep crisp passes. Look the ball in. Yates is going to go up with a beautiful lay-in. Beautiful play by Tyson Yates.
It gets him 6 points.
He's just long. He takes some of those long strides and those steps. He can definitely get some separation in the moves. He just loses you. Fowler with the basketball at the elbow. Finds Bishop. The up fake for him. He's going to try the dribble drive. Goes up. Taylor now with a corner or two. Not there. Rebound. John Gardner, the sophomore's got it here. Fast break for Triton. They're kind of feeling some of the momentum swing their way. Yates with the basketball for 3. Not there. Rebound Fowler, but Yates comes in, and Connor Large just fighting for it.
Oh.
There's a fight for the basketball.
And Connor kind of got off balance, and he was trying to keep him from falling on the floor.
So inbound from Yates after the jump ball call. Johnson down to McKinney. Large trying to find position. Johnson with the basketball now. Drops it to Gardner. Gardner with the good play to get the ball back. Drops down to Large. Large now is going to work in the post. He's going to go up strong and draw the foul. Connor Large, smart move down on the post, and he'll go to the line for 2. 1 for 2 in the night for him. And that's going to be on Fowler. Those two got tied up for the jump ball call. There's some frustration there.
That's Fowler's 3rd.
Large's first shot's up. It tickles the twine for that point. Now Sendolinsky in, and Fowler will take a seat.
Substitution for the Falcons, number 30, Blake Malstaff.
Connor Large now will get a chance for his second attempt. It is up and rattles out. 2 for 4, 50% on the night for him. Kaser up quickly to Bishop, who's in the lone in the corner for 3. Not good, off mark. Johnson with a rebound, just tiptoes along the tight wire there on the baseline. Yates now on the fast break, floaters up. Bennett finds its way in.
Tyson Yates.
28-17 now is our score.
Get this spark going.
Triton on a little run here. So 5-0, or excuse me, 5-0 run they're on here. They're going to get a push from Bruce Johnson, looks like.
Triton foul number 22, Bruce Johnson.
That gets his 2nd foul.
So far, team's second. Both teams kind of been held in check as far as fouls go. Kaser now with the spin move trying to go up strong. Kaser with the lucky roll off the glass.
He got a good spin on that ball, though.
Yeah, he did. Didn't have much room to put that spin on there either. Yates now to Gardner. Gardner's been quiet thus far. Gardner on to McKinney. Alone for three. Side iron. Rebound Kaser. Kaser will wait. He'll reset. Past the half-court line. Kaser on over to Bishop. Frankowitz with the basketball. Haven't heard his name for a while. Kaser out the basketball's dribbling. Out to Dolinsky. He's going to try the dribble drive. Backs, retreats out of position there. Bishop now gets the ball. He's going to try to go in. Down to Frankowitz. Good look there. Banks it in. Frankowitz now with
14 points.
14 points for the 6'5 sophomore. Leading the way from both teams. 32-17 is our score. Yates now at the basketball, trying to lose Kaser. Back to Gardner. Back to Yates. Yates finds McKinney. McKinney with the basketball is going to try to work. Finds Gardner. Gardner in the corner for three. Puts it in. John Gardner with the dagger from the corner.
Finally gets on the board.
He's had a few missed ones, but don't leave him alone for long. He'll figure it out. 12-point lead now for the Falcons. 15 seconds remaining. Kaser with the basketball. Floater from the free throw line. Got it in. Kaser's been alive. Has caught fire in this second half. Heave shot is up, and it's going to be out, and that's going to reach the end of the third quarter. 34-20 is our score. Triton trails 14. They're going to be more than a 15-0 run to get back in this one.
Any update on the...
No, they've been at it for 8 minutes.
No score yet, huh?
Nope.
Well.
Must be the place to be tonight, I'd say.
Must be. So look here.
We're going to need that big spark the 7th grade boys had Saturday over at Caston when they took on Culver. We were down by 20 at one point and came back and lost by 3.
And that was the second game, so back-to-back almost. Yeah, because the first game, I think, they played, I don't remember who they did.
North Judson.
Yeah, the first game.
And by the time we walked over there, they just started the fourth quarter, so they were playing for quite a while over there.
Sheesh. Well, if you're down 20 and you lose by 3, that's not a bad comeback in my book. Of course, all those guys got honored, and a few other. The 8th grade, 5th, and 6th grade, I believe, was also honored.
Yep,
on
5th, 6th,
Friday
7th, and
night.
8th. Yep.
That reminds me, I need to post that video. Just sitting there ready to post.
That's what I'm here for. Kaser with the basketball. Back to Frankowitz. He's out there with Taylor, Bishop, and Dolinsky. McKinney, Yates, Large, Gardner, and Johnson out there for Triton. Dolinsky with the basketball. Kaser now at the basketball. He's going to try to go. We're going to get a foul on Triton. I think it's going to be on McKinney.
Yep. It's his second.
And we have a final in double overtime. Culver over LaVille, 52-47.
So there you go. Took 2 overtimes to decide that one. So Culver beats LaVille, so they'll get a chance to play Wednesday night. It's somebody. I'm not going to go off the bracket anymore. It's got me all sorts of confused. Kaser tries to get through there, but McKinney taps it away. McIntyre might be checking in after the next dead ball. Taylor gets it. Frankwitz from the free throw line. Off the mark. Off the mark. He caught nothing but air on that one. McKinney will come out. McIntyre will come in. So Hunter McIntyre, the man with the motor that don't quit, checks in for the Trojans.
Yeah, him having that 3 fouls put him on the bench there for quite a while.
And he did a good job keeping Frankowitz in check in that first quarter. Yates out the basketball. Drops down to McIntyre. McIntyre at the post jumper is not there. Taylor with the rebound, finds Bishop, who gives it to Kaser, who will reset for the Falcons. Kaser works himself out, finds Bishop. Bishop will run to work left, but Yates will step in and try to knock it away. Tyson Yates fighting for the basketball. But Bishop and Connor Large comes in hard. And he'll get the foul.
Is this bracket right?
That's the one they sent us.
That's the original.
Okay.
That's the original one. But however,
Well,
if they look
it
at
looks
the
to me
program,
like Culver will be taking on New Prairie, the JV boys, because Oregon Davis didn't have a JV team, so New Prairie got a bye.
Let's see what TCU says here. Yes, they'll play New Prairie. The winner of this game will take on Argus or Bremen.
Yeah, we've got it, the original bracket when it was drawn clear back in December. And then with certain teams not having enough players to have a team, they had to do some rearranging. So we just got some of that data here tonight when they handed us the book.
So we got that kind of straightened out. Of course, the winner of our varsity will play either the winner of Argus or Bremen for both boys and girls. And I guess they'll play whoever loses plays each other on the consolation game on Friday night. Girls will play Thursday night, and win or lose, right?
Yes, girls.
They'll play Thursday night.
Yep, that's at least the varsity. You do get at least 2 games.
So that'll be at LaVille. We don't know if we'll be live for that one. My goal's to be here for that one. Should be. Thursday should work. Wednesday, it's not going to work.
Well, so far,
so far I'm not going to have to worry about
like Wednesday, we won't have to worry about it.
But we'll see. We'll see the boys got a big run on them here late to kind of get into this deficit. Case with the basketball. Down to Taylor, who drops down to Frankwitz, and he knocks away by Tyson Yates. Taylor with the basketball, works back on top to Kaser. Kaser down to Frankwitz, on over to Dolinsky. Dolinsky now at the basketball. Drops it down into Frankwitz. He's going to try the mid-range jumper. Rattles out. Rebound, Hunter McIntyre. Yates with the basketball on the fast break. He's going quick. He's not going to slow down. Yates with a beautiful move there. Throws it in. Tyson Yates with a pretty move.
Gets him up 10 points.
I like the strides he makes. He those long legs of his, he just kind of gets enough space and creates enough separation to get through there. Yates, and it'll be thrown away by Taylor. Triton got him there.
Travis is lucky that ball went rolling instead of flying.
Yeah, it was beeline for him. So we're going to get a timeout for that turnover. It'll be a 30-second timeout for the Falcons. Don't like what they saw there. They're Triton kind of got in there. Now they're within 12. So for Triton here on this one here, they've scored the first points of the fourth quarter. Still got 4.5 to play. It's a long time in basketball years. If you can kind of get a couple threes to drop, they could get back in this thing.
I didn't call in tech support tonight.
No.
We don't have anybody to tell us what we're doing wrong.
I think Michelle's watching.
Okay.
But
have you trained her eye yet?
I haven't trained her eye yet. I got to work on her for that one. We'll have her trained for next year. All right, Yates with the basketball, works away from the screen, gives it to Large. Large now with the basketball, has to go somewhere with it, finds McIntyre in the corner. McIntyre will work up on top to Gardner. Gardner now will try to get some separation. Wanted to hand it off there to Bruce, but not there. Got to get rid of, finds Yates. Yates, the basketball's going to go up in the line with the hop step, up and in. Tyson Yates.
I think he's got in his mind he's going to drive in and score.
And it's worked so far. They're down by 10. If he can just keep attacking the basket, especially with Frankwitz being on the bench, take advantage of that. You got the size on the bench. Just go in there and just try to knock it away, or try to chip away in the paint. Use that advantage while you have it. Floater for Kaser. It's in. They finally get their first points of the fourth quarter. Gardner now will go off the foot of Gardner as he tries to work himself through. Got stuttered up there. I know they're frustrated. Just keep fighting. Like I said, this JV's group, don't go by that scoreboard. This team is a tough team. And they got a high motor. These kids here, these boys here work very, very hard at what they do. Delancey gets trapped in the corner but finds a way out. Gives it to Bishop, who works it back to Kaser. Kaser now drives. Goes up. Bishop's going to try the three. Sidearm not there. Rebound goes to Taylor. Taylor with the basketball now. Works himself out of the corner. Back over to Bishop. On over to Kaser. Kaser quickly to Dolinsky. Dolinsky now is going to try to work back to center. Tries to find Kaser and does on the right wing. Kaser now is going to drive. No look pass down to Fowler. He'll go up strong. Fouled by Connor Large.
Triton foul number 14, Large.
I thought that's his fourth.
So 5 team fouls now for the Trojans. Frankwitz is going to check in with McKinney after this first free throw. And it's up and in.
Knocking substitution number 40, Jake Frankwitz. For Triton number 5, Cole McKinney.
We just won't look at that score no more for a little bit. Fowler now get his second attempt. Made the first one. Second shot's up. Side iron there, 50% from the line on that trip. They've only missed 3 free throws on the night. 13 leads back up to 13. Yates finds McKinney. Down to Yates. Tries to go, but it's going to go off the hand of Taylor. That sounded like it hurt.
Yeah, that kind of a.
That sounded like the one where your thumb, or put your thumb, but yeah. At least that's what would probably would have happened if it was me. McKinney with the basketball. Taylor on him. He'll work around. These are for Johnson. Johnson, the moment didn't look it in, almost loses it. Back on over to McKinney. McKinney with the up fake. Going to try to find some space. Back over to Gardner. Yates for a 3. Good look there. Puts it in. Tyson Yates. And that brings them back within 10. Triton in this quarter alone has scored 7 points to the 3 points of John Glenn.
Yeah, that gets Yates' 15 points now.
Did we mention that some of these boys played Saturday?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
we got the
Okay.
C. Yeah, they had the C team game.
I must have been eating then.
Hey, I folded my mic up. I see. Orion's eating that pretzel. I'm sitting there. I'm like, before you said anything on Friday, I'm like, I looked at Danny and said, Orion's eating a pretzel. and she looks at me. She goes, what? I said, hang on. I turned it up on the computer, and she goes, oh, that's one of the good pretzels. She said she misses everybody, but she misses the pretzels a little bit more. I was like, well, 4-year-old, she's got her priorities. After treatment every day, you're not her friend unless you got an Oreo. And she's got them nurses wrapped around her finger. They're there waiting with 2 packs of Oreos ready to go when she comes out. Kaser now on over to Bishop. Full court press being put on by the Trojans. The starting 5's out there for John Glenn. McKinney's going to get there on the reach.
That'd be his 3rd. Team 6th.
Kaser will inbound. Drops it down into Taylor. Back on top to Bishop. Up fake there. He'll try the drive. Goes up. Beautiful move there. Not there, but picked back by Kaiser. And he'll get fouled.
Triton foul number 22, Johnson.
Roos didn't like that one.
That's his 3rd. So now we got several of them. 3 fouls.
Kaser's shot is up, and it's in. Awfully quiet around these parts. So Kaser now, his first free throw attempt hits in.
Yep, his first time at the line tonight.
He's not fared too bad. 13 points. If I got my numbers are right. Make that 14.
Yep, 14 points.
So Yates inbound to Gardner. They trail by 12, 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as we get the Bi-County tournament underway. Of course, tomorrow night will be the varsity matchup at John Glenn, but Yates with a pretty jumper puts it in.
He's up to 17.
He's in.
That's going to be his 4th.
And that's going to put him in the bonus.
Triton foul number 22.
Well, I guess they were in the bonus in the last one.
Yep.
Kaser's 3rd attempt is in. He's perfect from the line tonight. For a freshman, he looks like he's going to be a pretty good player as he matures. He keeps this intensity up. And he gets the outer on, perfect from the line. 20 points for him. No, 18 points. I was right the first time. So we're going to get a full timeout for John Glenn, and then we'll see what head coach Taylor Long draws up here for the final push as Triton now trails 41-29, trying to get back in this game. I mean, they're fighting hard. I mean, they came out strong in this quarter. 9 points in this quarter to their 7. I mean, John Glenn went on a little run here as of late. But I guess if you're down there in the huddle, what are you kind of telling your guys? Even though we're trailing by 12.
Hey, just keep fighting. Keep fighting. I mean, you're probably not going to win the game, but all this stuff carries over into the regular season.
And for these guys, especially sophomores and freshmen, sophomores, and the lone juniors on that JV team, this is all learning moves. This is where you kind of need to grow. I mean, when you're down these moments like this, how you work yourself back in, it's not so much character, it's how you keep your composure and finish the right way. And with these guys, what they've kind of learned, you've got some good influences there with, of course, Jason Groves and Taylor Long and Blake Shorey, and Duff down there. Those guys, those guys there, they do get the most out of their players. And Taylor's going to be a good up-and-coming coach. Like I said, I watched Taylor play when he was in high school, and he was one of my favorite players when he played for Warsaw. He's a couple of years behind me, but the intensity he played with, and I'll tell you what, he was not the biggest guy on the court, but he's a guy you did want to go toe-to-toe with.
Yep, he's going to probably step around you and be gone before you know it.
Yeah, and he was quick, and he played defense about as good as you can play defense. He was a good ball player. And that translating to coaching, he's done a good job, this JV team on the season. Gardner now with the basketball. Picks his dribble up, leaves it for Yates. And he'll get fouled.
Glenn foul. Number 35, Kaser.
That'd be his third foul. Still, the team's their only second foul this half.
So not bad for them. 12-point lead for John Glenn. Gardner gets bounds to McKinney. McKinney looking there. This freshman here has got some promise to him. Good look there. Banks it in. Cole McKinney.
That's only his second field goal of the evening.
Miscommunication on the press, but Johnson comes in, almost knocks it away from Bishop. Triton will settle back into a 2-3 zone. Yates almost takes it away. Kaser had to work for it. Oh, for Pete's sake. Kaser now with the basketball. Rebound Johnson. That was not due to Triton's game. It's another game that I'm a little disappointed after the last couple of games. McKinney now with the up fake. Good look there. Throws it up. Puts it in. Cole McKinney. Timeout Triton. They trail by 12 inside a minute remaining.
12 points, but, I have seen games won.
Hey, not that this is NBA or nothing, but I remember when Reggie Miller scored 9 points in, 5 seconds or whatever it was? And that game there we thought was out of reach.
Now, this is to go way, way, way back.
Uh-oh.
When the Triton girls won their first state championship.
Okay.
We were on the road. We heard the score. We knew they won, but we had recorded it. VCR recorded it.
Oh, now you're really dating.
Yes. Watching that game, we kept looking, how did they win? How did they win? And same deal. They scored 9 points within less than a minute to win that game.
And like I said, 56 seconds, that's a long time in basketball years. And plus, you got some good shooters on this JV team. You got Bruce Johnson. You got Tyson Yates, what he can do. Cole McKinney can hit from the outside. And, of course, John Gardner, he's a sharp shooter when he can kind of get his rhythm going. But for these guys, 12 points, it's not unheard of. And we've seen crazier things. Can we have a second team force an overtime? Or second game force overtime? Bishop.
5 points.
5 points for him.
Sam Bishop has 5 points. We had a chat request.
Kaser tries to go, but Gardner knocks away. But Frankwitz gets up to Taylor on the quick. But then there's 3 Trojans going to run him down. Oh, man.
They're going to call that attention.
They call that an intentional foul. Then McIntyre, I know he fouled him, but I'll tell you what. That's why Hunter's one of my favorite running backs in the football team. You saw him kicking into gear, and Cole and I don't know who else, and Gardner was on there, but he came at least 20 feet from behind him and just burned right by him. Taylor's shot, it's up, it misses.
Yeah, there was Taylor's questioning why the intentional, but the ref said he pushed him in the back, not going for the ball.
That's understandable. And, those guys, it's tough in the live action like that. I mean, it's tough to catch everything. And when these guys are out there, they're doing their jobs the best they can. They're out there because they love the game and they like to watch and really support high school basketball. So Taylor now on the right wing is going to try to work against Kreft. Down low into Frankowitz. Frankowitz is going to get the foul there by Gardner, looks like.
Yep, that's his first.
Trying foul number 10, Gardner.
So Frankowitz goes back to the line. He was perfect on his lone trip to the free throw line. The big man 2 for 2 on the night. Shots up, back iron.
Jinxed him.
Well, there.
Yeah, give a shout out to our 1,501st subscriber is Tennessee.
Tennessee. No, I've always been real impressed with some of the names they come up, or these usernames people come up with. I'm pretty impressed. Tennessee.
It might be their real name. It's spelled like a name.
Hey, if it's real, yeah, hey. It's kind of a cool username, though. It's still a cool name, though. Gardner now with the basketball, drives back on toward McKinney. Cole McKinney's going to try to go inside. Tries to drop it in, but it's going to be knocked away by Fowler. A no-look pass from Bishop to Taylor. Intentional foul by John Gardner. And this one's slowly kind of trickling away out of the possession of the JV team. Like I've said before, for these things, and I said for other teams and other sports this season and football season, you can't judge a lot of stuff by what's on the scoreboard. What these young men have done, the work they go put in, it's tough. John Glenn's a good team, and they fought hard against them. They've came back. They scored more points in this game than they did the last game. But John Glenn kind of started to pull away here in that second quarter. In that third quarter, Triton just couldn't quite corral him.
Yeah, he is not very great at free throws.
0 for
4.
Jeez. 0 for 4 on those last 2 trips. Johnson now drives, picks his dribble up, tries to go to Yates. Gives it to McKinney. Timeout Triton, 15.6 remaining.
And you can tell some of these, having some of like Keegan Westafer that comes in and puts in a quarter or two down in the JV. And, of course, McIntyre probably going to be left down here. It has to be left down here on the JV squad for him stepping up for varsity. Can't get that mix back and forth.
Yeah, so they can't. So they play in the JV minutes. They can't play it all in the varsity, correct?
That's my understanding.
You play one or the other.
Yeah, they locked because they've had issues where a varsity team lost out, but the JV squad was still going on, so they pulled some of the varsity players back into the JV
to kind of.
Yeah.
I don't want to say stack the deck is not the word I'm looking for, but put some bigger or some more experienced players to play against a little more inexperienced players. I understand. I understand. That happened in a church league softball match that I won't completely go into detail, but
now it would still be nice if they could run these kind of as a normal. And I don't know how you break it down, but like Hunter, okay, he only had 2 quarters tonight. Still let him have 2 quarters tomorrow night, especially where it's the first round.
Or it's the first round let them have, but once you get to the semifinals and the final and the championship game, you pull them out. Gardner now at the basketball, gets a double screen. He's going to drive. Mid-range jumper for him looks short and is. Shot is going to be, rebound's going to be by Taylor, and Kaser's going to hang on to it, and they're going to pull away and win this one 42-33. John Glenn's moving on to Wednesday night. We'll have the scoring here for you tonight.
Yeah, Yates, led all of them with 17. Cole McKinney had 6. Bruce Johnson had 5. John Gardner had 3. Connor had 2. For Glenn, Kaiser had 16. Frankowitz had 15. Bishop 5. Fowler 3. Taylor 2. And Dolinsky 1.
So Tyson Yates leading all scorers with 17 points on the night. Tough loss for the guys, but you know what? They fought hard there in the second half. They were down, but they clawed back into the game. They were once down by 14 at the end of the third quarter, but they came back within scoring 13 points in that quarter and only holding John Glenn to 8 on that run. Just didn't quite have enough gas in the tank to finish it off the rest of the way. So we're going to hang it up here for tonight as our boys fall here 42-33, and the girls lost earlier this evening on the JV. So JV will be done for the week. Join us tomorrow night. Hopefully, we're going to do our best to see if we can get it live over there at John Glenn. If it's not, we'll have it recorded. It'll be up as soon as it can. So be checking Twitter for updates if we're able to upload on Twitter during the game.
Yep. And then, but keep our because of the schedule floats so much with this tournament to who plays who and where they're playing. So just keep track of that on our Triton Trojans Twitter page and also on the the Trojan Basketball Facebook.
Keep an eye on that. So that's going to be it for tonight. So we'll be back tomorrow night in action. So tune in for that. This is Andy O'Hara, Kenny Barnhart, and Ryan Lemler signing off for the Triton Trojan Sports Network.